Hello and welcome back to the Aeon Drive Tournament. My name is Warning Track and I'm joined again by Unknown Availability. We just saw Grandius take on Mad Bro 9 and beat them by a full second on stage 1-1, I think it was. Pardon me, Sector 1-1. We have another match now, or at least we were going to, between Yabl and Avill, which almost rhymes, slant rhyme, close enough. Unfortunately, Avill a no-show, so we are going to see Yabl take their 10 minutes to just sort of just put on an exhibition for us, to kind of get a sense of their skill level heading into their match, but they are going to move immediately on to the round of 32.
Yeah, so in this instance, for this fantastic game called Aeon or Aeon Drive, whatever you want to call it, coming out on September 30th on all your favorite platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, and Switch. Pretty much, this is turning into a free roam of getting your bearings on the game, because this is a lot of precise movement, a lot of making sure you throw your dagger in the right spot. It's not the easiest of things to master by any means, but pretty easy to pick up. So definitely wishlist this on Steam, and even as a casual player, pick this up. It's such a fun game. I personally enjoyed the amount of time I played on it, and I look forward to playing many more hours on this, just casually, let alone maybe even trying to pick up speedrunning. So
I think it's a great entry into speedrunning, like you were saying. It's a nice low-pressure way you can grind the level by yourself and try bit by bit and get a little better, and then see where you're at. You know, nice low-commitment thing. Don't have to jump into the high-stress scenario that these players are under, certainly. I'll say Aeon Drive, you say Aeon Drive, but I want to hear from chat. I want some fights to break out about what to call this. What do you guys call it? What sounds right to you? I call it fun, personally.
Yeah, I like that. You know what? We may say potato and potato, tomato and tomato. I like the idea of saying it's a fun game. So I know the word Aeon has been pronounced many different ways, just depending on wherever you're at. But at the same time, maybe that was a part of the reason they did that. They're just like, you know what? Let's make people really get into this and talk about our game a bunch by calling it Aeon Drive, and making it all sorts of fun. And you were talking about it being a possible spiritual successor to one of their earlier games. This studio
Dimension Drive, yeah.
Yeah, just really, this game has knocked it out of the park. Really fluid design, beautiful sceneries, and even the cute little story going along with it. It does have some voice acting involved with it. You enlightened us to the voice actor who voices Jacqueline. Go ahead and tell us that name again.
Yeah. Kira Buckland from Ace Attorney, Nier Automata, a few other games too. Kira does a really great job here.
And who did she voice in Ace Attorney? I'm actually curious about that.
I don't know which character, to be honest. I just know it's one of them.
One of my favorite series of all time. Ace Attorney is such a great series.
Objection! This game's pretty good too.
Pretty good too. This game's amazing. I'm not even saying this game is worse or better than anything else. It's amazing. Yeah. I'm just saying Ace Attorney is a fantastic series, and honestly, if they get somebody on who has voiced for Ace Attorney and Nier Automata of all things too, that is not a small game. That's some amazing credits. Somebody who has helped with this game in particular. So
yeah, if you want some theory crafting about the title and why they would chose it, well, I like the PR angle. Yeah, let's get people arguing about the title. Hey, at least they're talking about the game. Why not? But it is a variant of Aeon, E-O-N, which means very long time period. That kind of fits the time shift mechanic too. So I like to think maybe that's it. I also just think personally it's just a cool sounding word. It sounds futuristic, and obviously the game looks that way.
Yeah, I'm going to avoid rambling about one of my favorite books that's actually named after that. So unfortunately we did have a no-show for this match. Avill is not going to be with us, but we're going to be watching Yabl on the screen, getting some, I guess, free practice and some free rust shake off kind of thing with this game, and to get some more practice with the mechanics and things of that nature. They've already had a little bit of practice, I'm sure, because there was given access to this game before. This game is not available to the public yet, but on September 30th, in 5 days, all your favorite platforms. And this is a top 64. This is going to be deciding who goes to the top 32, which will be coming up here shortly after our next matchup. So the way that we're doing these is going to be 2 top 64 matchups, and then it's going to be the top 32 matchup right after that. So you're going to see the winners face each other really fast. There's not going to be any waiting for that top 32 match. And it stands to be said, too, while we're seeing the top 64 and top 32 go head to head and everything of that nature, 4,000 people were in this tournament. This isn't just 64 people that were invited. 4,000 people competed. So this is the best of the best when it comes to the top 64. This is an actual top 64.
Yeah, that's a real tippy top. It's not like a few hundred people entered and hey, 1 out of 5 was going to have to make it. No, thousands and thousands of people, and it's one of the reasons you can see that even the first person who lost, Matt Bro9, did a great job, and just happened to run into a really incredible time on the other side. And you can see Yabl here, obviously no slouch themselves. You mentioned earlier this is free practice for them. It's also free input for us because some of these players are new to us. Some of them are new to the speedrunning scene, which is also very exciting. Maybe we see a star breakout today. But this also is us getting to see Yabl for the first time and see how they look and maybe get an idea of how likely they are to move on past the top 32, which of course they are advancing to automatically.
And I'm seeing a lot of similar uses of the teletransportation dagger. You know what? It is a transportation dagger, actually.
It does do that. You're not wrong.
It is your transportation in this game, but it's also your teleportation. You can teleport to it. I've been talking a lot about the mechanic of that today because it is the number one thing you're going to see. It is the most used action in this game because while it is on screen, you can teleport to it and throw it a certain distance. So you're going to be looking at pixels, you're going to be looking at how far you're going to have to go and what visual cues you need to be able to throw this dagger so far in order to be able to really maximize the amount of time you can. Where I'm seeing a lot of similar actions from Yabl right now that we did see from the previous two competitors, Mad Bro9 and Grandius. Which, a lot of uprights, immediate downrights, and really throwing the dagger at the longest interval you possibly can, holding it as much as you can.
Yes.
So it's
right. So like maybe not as crisp as Grandius, but what I find interesting is that they are trying to do the same things. They are not trying to jump through or like tiptoe their way through this at all. They are trying the difficult dagger tosses over and over again. They understand what they have to do. I think their decision making is the same. Their goals are the same. The mechanics are, let's just say, maybe just 5% slower right now than you want them to be. But that's how it starts when you have a block of time to work with. You work up to that level of speed and precision.
Yeah, and we're getting down to the last minute here of this, we'll call it a showcase and a rust removal moment here. But Yabl is getting a free move on into the top 32, which honestly, yeah, even though there's top 64 and we've had a few no-shows, it's not that big of a deal that is bound to happen when you have 64 people. Imagine back to the World of Warcraft days when you had 40 people. How many times did you have to find replacements for those 40 people?
Yeah,
not all of them showed up, right?
And this is a game that's not even released yet. It's got a few more days to go. Again, September 30th.
Exactly. And I'm actually looking forward to owning this on my Switch, man. Imagine waiting at a doctor's office, throwing a teleportation dagger. That would be so awesome.
I don't know. I kind of want to stick with transportation. It makes it sound like a really fancy bus. I like it. There we go. Waiting for the transportation dagger to arrive every 5 minutes. No, teleportation dagger, very cool. Again, I'm going to be so tempted to call them warp daggers, though, when I start playing more. Because that's so much easier to say, and well, warp's just a cool word.
It is. Yeah, so right here we just got to see Yabl do their run through, and I really almost wanted to say Yabl Devil do, and I'm not going to do it. But I did.
Just did.
So,
you did.
All right, we're going into our intermission, and I'm personally going to be stepping out of the booth, but Warning Track's going to be coming back with Markinator 99 on the next matchup for a top 64 match for you, and then they'll be going into the top 32. So thank you. I will be coming back later with Markinator, but Warning Track, I'm going to let you take over on the next match. Everybody have a wonderful day. Stick around, please, because we have a lot more matches coming at you. Thank you.